Hey everyone, it's Ray. Welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV, the Hildibrand episodes. In the last episode, we fought Greg, or Gilgamesh, and we also found out that it wasn't him who was trying to steal the treaty blade, but actually a man of 1,000 faces, a phantom thief, if you will. Cue the Persona 5 music. No, not really. Not really. I'm not going to be editing that in. But anyway, we're on to the next act, starting with this. The business of betrothal. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating on my own since we last parted, and I believe we found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of Master Gugu Remu, a prominent member of the East Aldenard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair are a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently, her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But that is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, and not just to anyone, mind you, but the heir of the Bulgari Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at the commemorative feast, to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venture is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along. Alrighty, Costa del Sol it is. Sun, surf, sea, sand. What's a perfect venue for a wedding? Fuck, it's foggy. God damn it. Alright. Let's go over here to Guguremu. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, then be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might just have a moment of... Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief, and this letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. I see. The brass blades of the Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him at askance. Askance? That's a new word. The moment they set eyes on this would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Hello. Consulting Inspector Briardian, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well, let us see if your reputation is deserved, but consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge... Greater fortunes than you will ever hinge... Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. I cannot talk today. Oh, and there's Nashu in the background. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it's painfully obvious. A letter of challenge. Precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I have already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Vanis, would be an obvious target for our thief, so too would be his father, Morgant. Yalto Notul and his wife, Sainana, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Guguremu himself. Finally, we have Lewinhart, steward of Guguremu's estate and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players save for the Lapis Maiden himself have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless the Phantom Thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin by our questioning of the subjects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Hildibrand Manderville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a malm away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Briardian. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. You have to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can. While ass up. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me? Assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is flawless. But not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. Ugh. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try to not do anything stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I will be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. Alright. Let's see what you want us to do. Alright, Hildibrand. Alright. Oh, it's just right here. Oh well, this is still faster. Alright, Briardian. You've come, excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters, but before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Rei'tan. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Durilda, stole off with the treaty blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Perfect mannerisms? Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of the disguise, you turn an eye within. Thorough inspection of the mask left behind has seen revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows them to change appearances at will, and yet, like you, this was of secondary concern to me. From movements to mannerisms, to that utterly unorthodox, obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Dorilda. He was her, since your feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago. When preparations for the banquet began, this would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Rei'tan. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? I'd go with one of the guests. Would he? The guests are all well acquainted with another. One misstep and the thief cover could be blown. No, there's more logical first target. One that would afford him the opportunity to gather knowledge he needs, at less risk. Yes, one of the brass blades of the... Okay, yeah, that was my mistake. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please, a fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near close enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for a man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for the 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguards for one or more of the guests. The man can tell us of his assigned charge. Like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have the time to carry the unconscious man far. I would canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Alright, I'll take a look for our would-be brass blade. Seriously, the brass blades are fucking awful. But then again, that's just in general. Let's see if they are somewhere nearby. The quest marker is pointing me this way, so let's have a look-see. Oh. We found him! Excellent, you are one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Fuck you! Thank the gods, please free me from these chains before the snippers eat at me alive! There, now tell me about all that you can remember what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol. Had a briefing of sorts. Master Guguremu gave each of our words, who would be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of my head, and when I came to, here I was, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you, you say you received orders from Master Guguremu. Who was to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but one was Morgant, father of the groom, the other was a Lalafelling gent from Limsa. Yalto Noto. Try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes, there was also the steward, Lewinhart. I was to review him, the schedule of events, discuss protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgant, Yaltonoto, and Lewinhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proven astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of gods, make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Fine, I'll look after Hildy. He may be a himbo, but he's not reckless. Usually. Maybe. Oh, what the fuck am I saying? If Nashu's around, there's bombs and explosions to be had. Let's come back over here. And... okay. Just taking a look out. Alright, Hildy. Oh, I didn't mean to talk to Ellie. Hildibrand. Ah, there you are, my friend. Not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector and Briardian's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Alright. Morgan, Yaltonoto, and the Steward Lewinhart, you say. This does not surprise me. Yes, I consider them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, friend, the Inspector shall be none the wiser. If he had to hope to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah, there's one of our subjects standing suspiciously under the canopy over there. Just you wait, friend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are. Alright. First is Morgan. Let's have a talk. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. A mere slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill, that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Mandeville men of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of a few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital! This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold, as I ensnare our prey within a web of words leading to its inevitable demise. Good evening, Master Guguremu, and a fine evening it must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter. Who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Gods? Gods? Now hold your chocobos, Guguremu. I recognize the lad. This is Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry Inspector Extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the Phantom Thief, have ye? I reckon we owe you the man of gratitude, eh, Vanis? The Phantom Thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she is worthy of me after all. Oh, you fucking douche. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence. For such an fashion-challenged youth, most suspicious. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. Not really. Not really. I prefer the himbo over here. That's me, Vans. That's me, Vans. Ever the calm in the face of danger. Truly his father's son. Worthy heir to the Bruguera Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Or family, I should say. Ho ho! Which reminds me, Master Vanis. Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since that day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. Ha ha ha. Ugh. Time-honored Mandeville art of parley? We'd be sleeping with the fishes now had Morgott not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. 1 second, gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Ahaha, let's not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Whoops, I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yalton, Noto, and Lewinhart, who have aroused my suspicions from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Alrighty. Let's keep moving. Yalton Noto. Let's talk with him. I've not seen your faces around here. With the East Aldenard Trading Company, are ye? Why, yes, good sir. Very much with them. Some might say we are the East Aldenard Trading Company. Oh, pleasure to meet ye. Do tell, is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sainana here's no slash herself, but she's getting on in years, or no offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? Yelto Noto of the Bulgare Consortium, and this is my wife Sainana. I look forward to many possible profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. Aye, I dare say this wedding, and the joining together of our family businesses, couldn't be happening at a better time, with all manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aims at our wares. Why, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuff was waylaid by the Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, a lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up and make myself a salad out of it. You have heard of the Mandragoras, have ye? But of course, I once spent a year honing my body and mind with the fists of Hrothgar. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantras, what's it a day? And your food stores would occasionally be raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it that they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, milady. I was able to arrange an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sainana. Forgive my wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for a figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare my speech. Carry on, lads. Harmony, none of these were suspicious in the least. We must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there's a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu, we must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. And where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. The Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briardian will be back any moment now. He's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Unfortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Lewinhart spoke of. Should we find any contradictions in this testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briardian will be back before long. Come, Nashu. This is no time to delay. Alrighty. Let's take a move on and see what we need to do. Oh, here we are. Food supply. I see those bombs. Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. Hear that our man Lewinhart spoke true? Ye gods! Those are explosives! I spy concealed among these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear we have found our phantom thief after all. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. Nashu? Are you okay? Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 could possibly bring your creations... Why would you... But what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought... Does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event I fear somewhat misdirected. Now set the driftwood down over there, and concentrate on taking your notes, like the astute assistant you are. Okay. Well, I say we're most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briardian is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon the scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now let's dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Briardian, explode, a fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Uh-oh, don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two are supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But Miseli, should Inspector Briardian come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. Rei'tan and I will see that the Inspector keeps a wide berth of this speech. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Quick thing, Miseli. Come, Nashu, we will return for your creations once Inspector Briardian has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry. Oh boy. This is not going to end well. Briardian. A burst of inspiration. Oh boy. So Hildibrand has managed thus far to not destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Indeed, but enough about Hildibrand. Rei'tan and I have been wanting to hear about your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. Ah yes, that spot over there by the crate should suffice. There of all places, but surely we could find somewhere more scenic. I am not here on vacation, I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us a welcome privacy. Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Bloody hells. Don't worry, Rei'tan, I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. Alright, I'll leave it to you. I'm just here to watch this craziness unfold. Alright. Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm. Yes, let's do that. I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Through questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals that most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yaltonoto, and Lewenhart. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over... Ahem. Are the 2 of you listening? Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. Right. Look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you are right. I too feel a chill in the wind blowing in. Perhaps we should continue our conversation elsewhere. But there's no need. Wait here. I shall build us a fire. Aha! Methinks the Inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating a suitable kindling in these barren shores is infinitesimal. What have we here? This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flint and stone on my person. Nashu? Face. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the Inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch. Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Whee! It's flying! What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan? Oh no. Oh boy. Twitch. Could this be another challenge from the fiend? Oh no. Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual card, see? Doubtless this is the idle ravings of some madman. Of course. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. It is not the lapis maiden. It is not the lapis maiden alone that shall come to harm. It is more direct than his previous challenge. There can be no doubt as to who the sender is. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. The final page? Oh no. Confounding Inspector Briardian will meet a fiery demise? Oh no. Oh no. Go for it, Hildy! Oh boy. How? We're not exploded? Well. There we go. Oh no. Oh. Implanted in the sand again. You saw through the fiend's ruse, but how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? The ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for wear. You have my gratitude. Aww. Hildibrand Manderville. Were you able to learn aught from the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself to be no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance! Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. What in the name of the gods? Balls, teeth, those vegetables cost a fortune, and they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of inquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you have destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the lot of you rot in the jail. Oh boy. Well, how are you, Briardian? Clearly our thief has decided that my prodigious intellect presents the greatest threat to his schemes. Perhaps he's a more clever man than I thought. Nashu. Is that a fish? I'm getting hungry. Thanks to our quick thinking, the bombs are no more and the inspector is none the wiser. It's a shame to see good food go to waste, though. Those coconuts look positively luscious. I would ask how he survived an explosion at point-blank range, but something tells me that this is one more mystery better left unsolved. Alright, let's move on and continue forward. Let's see. Where is it now? Oh yeah, Leeuwenhoek, right here. There was a terrible explosion coming from the beach. Is everyone safe? Fear not, the fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Guguremo bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Good gods, this is no thief, this is a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear I will prove a difficult task. Those crates contain imported vegetables for considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are in particularly short supply these days. But with the mandragoras at large, even if I were to place an order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. Mandragoras? I have heard tale of the fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the far east. I do not recall the name, but they very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks I was lost worry too much, Master Leeuwenhoek. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers back. I would advise against that, Inspector. They are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of Gerbera proved unable to resist them. Oh ho, a formidable foe indeed. They're the brave Solnar miss with a want for taking on fearsome enemies, but not a shred of concern for his own well-being. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, yes, I shall vanquish these road vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. Did I say that? You truly are a godsend, adventurer. One Sumidal of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads for the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Guguremu's like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let his comrade face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together. Alright, going to Limsa Lominsa. Alright, let's see how we can fix this. Oh, it's busy as ever here. Sudimal. You've come for the Mandragoras? I fear you're a half a bell too late, as it were. Blast it all. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner has he opened up his cargo to hold check on a shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Led his own vessel in sheer terror he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you have a mind to go after the culprit, you might lend an ear to his sad tale. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. Sorry. I accidentally tapped on my controller. But yeah, anyway, we're going to Aleport. I did not mean to do that, I am sorry. But regardless, let us make our way over here. Tiny trader. Eek! Don't stick on me like that. I thought you were a feral turnip, a murderous eggplant, or something like that. You think I jest, do you? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eye, as it did mine. My eye! By the time I regained my wits, they had already set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined. If I ever see another bleeding onion, it'll be the end of my days. It'll be too soon. Okay. Seeds of Rebellion. I hear most say it, the Mandragoras are a nasty lot. A right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell ye, friend, that ain't the least of it. Feeling their fellows frawn from the larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution. Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes. Veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist. This muscle-bound fellow with the dim expression, I could swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Bugger me if that ain't the undead overlord who fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you... Aye, could it be the adventurer that bested the thieving duelist in single combat? Yes, I am. Well, bugger me and call me inspector. Tell me, is it true the duelists travel with a demon bird whose crows could split the heavens? That's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. And that's exactly the fate we're in for if we don't nip this revolution in the bud. And I mean that literally! As we speak, the Mandragores are planning themselves a whole army of their own kind on the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go there and uproot them, where the harvest comes. Many a case have I solved in my day, but it has not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra! Alrighty. Alright, take me to the Isle of Umbra. Mandragora Bud. You feel hostile gaze upon you. Alright. Another Mandragora blood? Not blood, bud. I can't talk today. Yeah, another hostile gaze. Let's keep a move on. And one more interaction. Alright, and I see one Hildibrand deep in the sands.
Friend, my pursuit of the Mandragores has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here. Somewhere.
Commence the Mandragoras. Let me summon my Chocobo, just in case. Yeah, Chocobo. Alright. Did you stop screaming? I should have been a dancer for this. Alright, come on, Tomato King. Let's get rid of you. Alright. Okay, go over there. Fuck. I'll just wait for them to come to me. Alright, time for the Onion Prince. There we go. Queen. And the Jester, all taken care of. Alrighty, delivered the stolen foodstuffs to Costa del Sol. Oh wait, let's see what Hildibrand says.
Incapably fought, my friend. I only wish I had seen the battle with my own eyes. You may go on ahead to Costa del Sol. I shall be on as soon as I extradite myself.
Alright. Back to Costa del Sol. And... let me withdraw him. As I don't think we'll be needing him for a while. So let's keep moving. Neuenhart. You return! I feared you might end up a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage. The stolen foodstuffs! You saved my hide today. I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Guguremu is quite particular about his seasonings. Ooh, can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before. That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion, but it's time we return to the case. There must be some clue that yet eludes us. Core, the peppers have changed color. What's this? Peppers that possess the same powers or disguise as our many-faced foe? Gentleman's needs must investigate. Striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Neuenhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate? Look here, Inspector, the crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious. Did I say purple? I meant a purplish blue, or bluish purple? Two colors are clearly quite similar when you think about it. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time. And there's our... the charade is up! After the man! It is as I suspected all along. The goggles have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu! The fiend must be brought to justice! Yep, so when he was as a guard, he was wearing those red goggles, which made the blue look purple. Anyway, let's move forward. And someone's fishing over here. There's Neuenhart. But is it our Neuenhart? Or is it the imposter? You can run, but you cannot! Gods give me strength. Ahaha! If you thought you could outsprint this Mandeville man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. Blended by a snipper, fitting end for an ignoble thief, let's see what lies behind the mask. Where am I? Who are you? Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not, unless you come willingly. Gentleman is not to give in to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I will disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella, I must find her at once! Ugh, my head. It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Neuenhart. I swear on my life that it is so. I was en route to an estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant, he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the right man's hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me. Now that you mention it, the imposter was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him. She's calling bullshit. And there's still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtlessly already assumed a new identity. And yet, he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It is unlikely that he has time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we now know that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We need simply return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Lou and Hart back to the estate, that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety. Oh look, it's them again. I have found you, my little ones. Let me guess. You seethe with anger at those that took from you what was yours? And it would appear our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, revenge will be yours. Oh boy. The game is afoot, inspectors. Whose face is he wearing now? Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? Oh. Well then, let's go forward and see what we need to do. Oh, we need to speak with Arabella in Wineport. Oh, I'm just going to warp right there. And to be honest, it's been a while since I've actually explored these ARR areas. I kind of forget about them. Unless I'm doing my hunts. Here we go, this is Arabella. Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the state at once. Oh, Lewin, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I am a woman grown. Besides, I wanted to see the flowers. Lovely though these flowers may be, there's unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Please call me Hildy. The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true? I fear they are, Miss Arabella. But seal your gentle heart, for as long as Hildibrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear on the Mandeville name. God smile on me indeed, to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion, and yet... You seem pensive, milady. Is something the matter? To tell you the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vanus. Why, I've not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure, wear it always, the message said. I do not care how beautiful it is, it might as well be a golden shackle. Miss Arabella, do not say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you have not even met? Unconscionable! Father says this marriage must happen, that it's for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true little Don. But if I may be so bold, milady, will I be correct in assuming that you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though as a servant rather than a son. You may think Father a cold and miserly man, but to me he is the man who gave me warmth and a home where I had none. I will learn to love Vanus, if that will make Father happy. You cannot be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with the whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days. If I had to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation fares. I as well. Must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends. Alrighty. Hildibrand? A case of indecency. We've not a moment to lose, friend. Time for our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Mandeville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. It is an art that I would impart on you as well, friend, though there would still be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable as in your adventures as it has in my investigations. For failing that, serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. The gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu? Miss Ellie? With me! Alright, back to Costa del Sol. Alrighty. Rei'tan? What sayest thou? Why did I say thou? Inspector Rei'tan, we have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation? I have canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere. Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match for our own. Teehee. There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage. But Inspector, Vanus's family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence. That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the Inspector here will think of something. Me? What do you propose? You're the expert at creating diversions. Can't you just knock something over, blow something up, or the like? You know, like you always do? Inspector Rei'tan, I knew the day that would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about Master Vanus. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman shall do what needs be done. Poor sop lacks even the wits to know when he's being insulted. Now, to the task at hand. We must find our way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity. Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying around. Perfect. Rei'tan, find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Alrighty then. Let us make our way over. Alright, the Manor Retainer. Has the Lapis Maiden arrived yet? I simply must look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb, you say? Much prefer what you're wearing, but we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go, do with them as you will. Wow, great clothes. Alright. Miss Arabella? Greetings, friend. Oh, what is this you have for me? Servant's garb? But why? Miss Arabella, with the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change those clothes and promise me you will not leave my sight. But ceremony! Father will be furious, and Lord Vanus. We are dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens, and almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You needs only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do as the inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than this marriage, whatever profits your father stand to gain from it. Lewin, if father heard you say such things... I should have said them long ago. By not doing so, I have put your life in danger. Besides, we have not one but 2 skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice. Very well, I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me there. Apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Rei'tan, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. Do not speculate as to how he intends to see to this task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now let us return before the festivities begin. Alright, thank you. Let us then proceed further along. Alright, Hildy. Ah, you returned. Me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vanus at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Breathtaking dress. Here you go. Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it, but worry not. I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vanus before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I shall assure you that Inspector Briardian and I will have the situation entirely under control. Worry not, find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities. Alright. Drisswites, get me a beer. Or mead. Get me a mead. Curses, how am I supposed to find a man with all these people milling about? Friends, families, business associates, 'tis an honor and pleasure to welcome one and all to the Costa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Hrothgar Consortium and the East Aldenard Trading Company. We trust that you've been enjoying fine food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation. Lapis Maiden. If even half the tales of his beauty are true, Vanus is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yeltonoto, Sainana, honored guests, it's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son Vanus, future chair of the Hrothgar Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Guguremu of the East Aldenard Trading Company. The couple will exchange their eternal vows there today, and their happiness and theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come. That was my phone. Damn you, Hildibrand Mandeville, you had one job! She's beautiful! Or the rabble expecting otherwise, she is my bride after all. Milady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray give your hand unto me. My sun and stars, yes, 1,000 times yes, I am yours and shall be forevermore. What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Hey, no shaming. Not quite what I intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend now lies defensively before me. The game is up, Vanus, or shall I call you by another name? The Thief of Many Faces! Me? The thief? Are you mad? It appears my masterful deductions have proven beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well. Allow me to elucidate. While there is not a soul in the realm that has not heard of tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but two men here in Costa del Sol who have gazed upon her lovely visage before today. Her father, Guguremu, and her steward, Lewinhart. And you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vanus, that you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say that your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that it was not the fair maiden? None saves you, ye of 1,000 faces. Hildy? And anyone else with half their wits about them! Everyone says it. How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Go hard to arrest that pervert at once. Lock him in jail and throw away the key. Arabella? Oh, thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. The glove on his right hand. Could it be? Yep, Hildy was right, actually. He took the necklace. Haha, the man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not. And what is yours is now mine. That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him! Yep. The Mandragora is causing trouble on scene. You came all this way for me? You love me. You really, really love me. They are like, fuck no. The attention is most flattering, but I have taken what I came for. Now I must away. My lords, my ladies, till we meet again. Well, she's happy. I hear that the real Venice was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I am sorry. For what, milady? The banquet was more exciting than I ever could have hoped for. Venice and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it is for the best. I would find my own way to make father happy, by living my life as I would live it. 'Tis you, Inspector Hildibrand, who taught me this lesson. For the love of God, somebody find him a change of clothes! But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue, and in the end he only took her neck piece. Now that you mention it, Master Guguremu told me about the class when it first arrived. Engraved on the mark of the Sun Goddess, It was one of the most treasured pieces of the Bugare collection, known to many as Azima's virtue. The maiden's virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. They're looking for the next target. Oh no! Poor onion. Over here in Sector, it says, "Made you look." Right in the back of the head. The fiend plays us for fools. Give that to me at once. When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Another riddle. What is it this time? If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend's attempted murder once, he may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words, when next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably the Phantom Thief. Most certainly. Ha 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 ha. Huh? Now, she put that onion down. You don't know where it's been. Oh boy. Case of Indecency has been completed. The Parlay minigame is now available. You have unlocked... Okay. To the victor goes a priceless treasure. Will the smile of a champion hold secrets untold? Are the 8 legs better than 2? Can a Mandeville man triumph over the terrors and win the day? Find out in the Colosseum Conundrum when Hildibrand returns. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, is it a real key and a figure one? Figure one? All the same, is it... Is it even possible? I guess we'll find out next time. I forgot about that. Oh God. Oh God, I love this series. Well, yeah, that's it for this act of Manderville. Next one will be an interesting one. I'm definitely going to have fun with it. But until then, this has been Ray, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day. Oh God, I think I need my inhaler.